Welcome to another episode of Supersize We, comedians in cars filling condiments. I am one of your hosts. I am Ryan Danley, coming to you from North Portland, St. John's, Portsmouth area. I'm kind of right on the line. It's and the line is a line of meth. But it's a beautiful rainy spring day here in Oregon. With me, as always, is the phenomenal Kyle Adams.
Hi, everybody.
He's getting ready to go to work, so his hair's pulled back, slick.
Oh, no, it looks like I hate it because it looks like I completely lopped off all of my hair on here, just the way that the camera's in it.
Right.
But I am conveniently located at the Douglas Garages at the waterfront right across from my shop. I don't know who did this, but they are my fucking hero because this garage is super expensive. Someone broke the gates here and they haven't fixed them for like a week. So parking is free.
That's fucking dope.
Yeah, dude, that's the kind of NLP I need in my life is no parking fees.
I like to imagine that person has like an entire armoire filled with capes. Like, which hero cape am I going to wear today? With us today, we are super lucky to have one of my favorite people, really the person that got me into stand-up and doing all this. I've always wanted to do it, but this was the person I tapped. Truly one of the funniest people I've ever met, and really one of the genuinely nicest human beings I've encountered. The marvelous, fucking rad Dylan Jenkins. Welcome.
Thank you for having me, guys. I'm stoked. Yeah, I'm very excited. Kyle, it looks like you're about to you're a hitman waiting on someone to murder, like right now. Okay. Like, I know he comes in through this parking garage every day at 9:55. You got it slick back. You're just ready to murder someone and drive out, man.
Yeah,
I've got letters, so they say like, "Oh, the murderer was wearing a Batman shirt." Was he?
Yeah.
Was he though?
Yeah.
That would be amazing if that's been Kyle's job this whole time. Like, he just none of us ever say. He's like, "Oh yeah, I'm away."
All black? Why do you think I wear all black at open mics? Yeah, dude. Very secret. I've been sanitation. That's what I tell people.
Yeah. Stand-up comic would be a good cover, I think, for like a hitman, because you could totally play off the like, oh no, I'm out at night, man. I'm doing mics.
Yeah, dude,
grinding.
I'm doing mics, standing over this dead body I killed. Ooh, bad joke. Dylan, how's the post era, post mask, I mean, we're not really there yet, but we're like I went out and did a mic in Beaverton last night, and you would consider yourself like it never happened. Like, if you go to the suburbs right now, it's like none of this ever happened. It's a really weird.
Yeah, they're boogieing out there at that garage pub.
I have to say, in regards to the masks, like specifically with our topic today, I feel the masks have been enabled me with the drive-through fast food. Because it's like help hiding some of the shame. I covered my face is covered when I ordered, Taco Bell here at 9 in the morning. So something like that has that has been the silver lining to this whole thing.
Yep.
Is wearing masks through the drive-through to help conceal some of my shame. I still have to make eye contact with them, but I feel, it's good. I think that I'll keep the mask whenever I go through a drive-through from now on, even though I'm fully vaccinated. It's just I think it's going to help people deal with their shame.
I like that. It's it'll mark an entire new chapter of America's love for fast food. Now that we just don't even have to we can just be disguised when we go get it. So I like that. I like that idea. I can just I should do this for all sorts of shit that I'm embarrassed about doing. Comedy. After I bomb, I'll just put the mask on.
Yeah, I think like you start the set with no mask, and then each time a joke doesn't get a reaction, you slowly start putting the mask on.
Like
and
one
then,
so
yeah.
okay.
And so if you bomb like fully, you exit early while wearing a mask. Like, yeah, I think that's a good policy.
Dylan and I worked together actually for a long time, and Dylan as well as Posse were my go-to people at work. And what was great was my entering stand-up comic phase coincided. It's kind of a chicken or hen situation, or egg or hen situation, but with me not giving a fuck about my job anymore. Well, I mean, like you can only take so much shit for so long until you're like, I've made you people enough money to where like, you know what, I'm gonna spend like an hour talking to the super funny fucking comedian like that I have on tap in who's working the dairy cooler. In hindsight, I probably
go ahead.
No, go say it.
Oh no, well I was just so for the listeners, like he worked with Posse worked with us for a brief period of time, but Posse was on the other side of the store. Like, he's literally on the other side behind a counter. Like me and Ryan's desk is right next to like my so we're essentially next door neighbors at work. Like, there wasn't Posse had like the separation. Ryan and I were like right next to each other, and it was cool, but it was hilarious because I'm just a clerk. Ryan was a manager there, so like
like a well-regarded manager. You know what I mean? Like somebody who's like I could get to kind of do what I want. You know?
Yeah, no, but like you were a department manager, so you had clout. Like you had I'm a feeble. Oh man, I'm opening up this grocery box. Like
right.
I'm not writing orders. I'm not thinking about profit margins or anything like that. I'm not worried about I'm just like, oh, I'm here, dude. But then we'd be talking, and it was a lot of fun. I look back fondly on it now.
Yeah, that was
for sure.
It was
That's a great comedy origin story. Sorry.
No, it is. It was fantastic, and we would just talk about the scene and workshop jokes and just fucking. It was a really nice. I think one of the best. So like, I really like credit Dylan with like getting me into it and like helping me along the way and what I needed to do, and just because when you start this, there's a big learning curve in comedy, and just about managing what you're doing, just not only just with jokes but with people and who does this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's more than just fucking telling jokes.
Well, also for me, it was kind of paying it forward because I got started doing stand up because a coworker had done it, and then I was just talking to them like, oh wow, you can do it, and like they signed me up. And so with Ryan, like he'd been asking me about it for like a long time. And then finally I was just like, dude, the only way you can do it is just fucking do it.
Yep.
Yeah. So I'm like, hey, so I was like, hey man, like I'll go to an open mic with you. Here, hit up this one, the Fun House. It's on Wednesdays. That'll be as good a place as any to start. Fucking let's roll. I'll meet you there on Wednesday. And so like that was cool, like getting to go, and like like the sign up process for that mic was something I really missed. Just the throwing the list out, and it's like it's like some in the water.
People putting their arm across the list. You remember that? Like on the desk, dude. It was like a Cabbage Patch Kid on Black Friday, circa 1985. The list, just like, oh man.
Well, then like inevitably, like there's people that if the list went out at like 6:30, like there's someone there at like 5:45, but they still end up being like 20th on the list just because they weren't there when at the right table when the list dropped. And then it's like, oh, I was fucking here. It's like, hey, it's a dog eat dog world. Like
it is, and be more vigilant. Like that's what I used to tell people. I'm like, I will let. I was always someone who'd like, okay, you were here before me. Like, get ahead. Be more assertive. But
Mhm.
but I'm like, I'm here. Like, I'm here. I would if I came in late, I wouldn't like waltz right back to it. But I was like,
Mhm.
I was eyes on the list at all fucking times, or eyes
Yeah.
on that table at least.
I think,
Yeah.
and the funny thing about that list is like if nobody really knows you, like I think the thing about the fun house is it was such a great place to start because it is like the most proper like stand up experience, as in um people who like you would be like, okay, I'm gonna be next because I know who's coming up, and then like three people who would show up who know the host or are just good comics or whatever, be like, hey, can I go up? And they're like, yeah, you know what I mean? So it's just like it's a real learning experience of
Uh-huh.
and like, oh, like because I've hosted, in fact, I oddly like I hosted the very last Funhouse.
You killed it, literally. It was because of you.
I literally killed the fucking open mic. The open are they coming back? Is Funhouse coming back? Is it still? I don't even know.
I haven't heard
Yeah.
about
Who
it.
knows?
Um, but uh, um, but that's the king of like, oh, I'm hosting it tonight, and then all of a sudden your DMs fill up. You know what I mean? Like it's like,
Uh-huh.
you know what I mean? Like all of a sudden it's
Yeah,
like,
it's
oh,
a thankless fucking job, man.
it
It's
really
a
is.
thankless
Oh,
job. That's why
tell me
it's like,
about
yeah,
it.
like once, oh yeah, you're hosting. Then everyone's like, oh hey Ryan, what's up, man? Yeah, I want to get up early? Like that's just
Oh, we're friends
that's
now. Cool.
yeah.
Uh,
Shout
midnight
out to
mics
anyone.
was fucking nuts.
Shout out to anyone hosting an open mic. Like just you're doing the Lord's work
Oh, for real.
and
Fucking
just
hero.
yeah. I mean, because it really is yeah, and then you just got people like, oh well, actually, I was hoping to go up earlier. Like, yeah, we fucking all,
Yeah,
everyone.
really? Oh, you do. Oh.
Yeah. Oh, you're the person that would want to go up right now. Oh, I thought that was just like it's just like I'm sorry, man. Like no one's happy here. It's an open mic.
You get what you get.
My
Yeah.
first, but that first open mic I did, that room was packed. It was a great night to go.
Yeah, it was good.
Because you told Ira, I hope he's doing all right. I miss Ira. That I was your friend. He just put me up like ninth or something like that, and
Nice.
which at the time just seemed completely normal to me until then for the rest of my until I started going up like 19th, 20th. You know what I mean? And I'll tell you,
Oh yeah.
9th versus 19th, 20th in that room is
It's a big difference.
It's a big. There are some cold ass nights telling jokes to like three people writing in journals. You know what I mean?
Well, like Kyle and I met at Brody, like us both going up like 33rd at the Brody Theater. Like you're going up close to like midnight, and it's like you would show up and the place would be packed. Like there'd be a bunch of comics, but if the mic started at 9, like at 9:05, like there'd be like 15 like just regular people just hanging out, and you're like, oh man, this is great. And then you sit in the back and you slowly watch
everyone
leave. You slowly, and there's moment, and you're watching like in the back. You're like, oh, that person's a laugher. That couple, they're into it. Okay, I saw they laughed at the Taco Bell joke. So, okay, and then just like, and then when you watch them leave, you're just like, no, that was it. And then, but yeah, a lot of that. But it's it's just that. You
just got to work through it. You know what I mean?
Oh man, I think that was like working with resistance on it. I didn't realize it when I started because I was like, that was all I went to for like the first 3 months I was doing comedy. I would do Brody like 3 times a week, and I would just go at the end, not realizing that I was like doing comedy on the toughest level, basically. Like I was trying to get comics waiting to go up, and like maybe 2 or 3 tired but sometimes enthusiastic people to laugh. But that's such a weird it's such a weird place to start. Brody Theater. Oh man.
I mean, I think the good thing about the open mic circuit is that, I mean, you either got to like it's a true test of like if you can do this or not, because because it only gets better from there, you know. And not that I'm like, you know, like doing like fantastic in my like stand-up comedy career, but it like those first days, like when I quit like going with you and I quit doing it, and I would just show up at the fun house and I didn't know anybody, and like
Mhm.
really like Jaron would be the only one to say hi to me, and then eventually I started saying hi to Kyle, and um like I would just not, I'd be like walking up to the fun house and be like, why the fuck am I even doing this? Like this is just
Oh,
this is just
oh,
like
yeah.
everything is just like miserable about this, except for the fact that like when you get laughs on stage,
Nothing
it's
better.
there's just nothing better, you know what I mean? And so like you
Mhm.
just like you go for that like one laugh, and like and it just like, you know, I mean the first time I went up, I did okay, right, Dylan? It was
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, that was a good time, man.
yeah, like, and I you know, I still tell like portions of that Taco Bell joke to this day. I did it last night. Just because it's like my go-to, you know.
Yeah.
I have two cutting jokes, and they both kill every time.
Well, yeah. Well, it's literally it's like the open mic. You're starting from scratch, and like open stand-up comics, we're like feral cats at open mics. It's like you see there's such a high turnaround. Like the new guy walking in, it's like, yeah, I'm not going to learn your name yet, like because there's too many people. Like it's just like, but once like if we see you, oh, I've seen this person at the mic, you know, 6 times in a row, then it's like, okay, like you're trying this, like you're actually
Right.
doing it. Like that's
Yep.
I remember like when I took an improv class, and it was like the first day one, everyone's like, hi, nice to meet you. I'm at, you know, everyone introduces themselves. It's all friendly. Like stand up was just, you know, it's not like that at all. It's like, oh, I think everybody hates me. I think everyone hates me. And I go in, and then it's just like slowly building up till finally someone's like, hey man, good set. And then you're like, oh shit, like just it's the
Right.
I used to have such that part of me when I first started, anytime I drove up to a venue, there would be a part of me that was just hoping the venue was on fire, or like something had happened.
Right.
Like just like I would hope that like I would be walking up to the fun house and it would be on flames and everyone inside was dead. And then it would just be like, oh well, I don't have to do this open mic, and no one's alive to judge me.
Exactly.
So, you know,
Okay.
and I could leave.
Yeah.
I remember like at the Curious Comedy Theater open mic, you know, it was a long time ago, but like there'd be the line of comics outside to sign up. And I remember I parked my car and I walked and I saw the line of people, and then I just kept walking around the block and got back in my car and left. Like just the anxiety. Like I was like Grandpa Simpson walking into the brothel and seeing Bart. Like where I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna go do this, because like you've got such anxiety about just the idea of doing stand-up.
Yep.
But then it's just like people and all that stuff. I saw the line of comics and I was just like, oh, I have to stand and talk to people. I'm out. But then, you know, eventually you got to just, it's all about, you got to get outside your comfort zone and go and do it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And there's really nothing like, I mean, it's as weird as this sounds, like you really like earn your stripes when you start being funny. People will all of a sudden start being friendly. Like Kyle and I always got along well. Like he was always super friendly to me because but we like I like him and Brian Bixby hosted Funhouse one night, and like
Oh, I remember that.
yeah, it was like the roast. We wanted to it was like a roast you guys set, and like I think I bombed the rest of my set because I was like working on stuff new. And then we went up and we did the Welch's show, Hijinks' Welch's show up in Pub 26, and which is like one of my favorite shows to do. And I've done it a couple of times, and Kyle was there, and I saw him like look at me, and like and then I went up and I had a great set, and then after that we've been like really, you know what I mean? Like it's just like all of a sudden it's like, oh, like this guy's for real. He's not just a you know what I mean? And I think that's like, I think that's just what it takes, is for people to really realize that it's like, yeah, like you're saying, like it's worth buying into now. And like I don't need people in the scene to be like great comics. There are people who I say anything bad about the work they're doing, because whatever, anybody who gets up there is amazing. But like if I don't appreciate their comedy, I can still appreciate them if they're still around and stuff like that. But I can think of few. But like, there's just nothing like people knowing that you like have value in the scene and that you're adding to it. You're bringing something original, and you're like making people laugh. You know what I mean? And it's you know, because somebody walked into a show who can kill, it just elevates the show, and everybody elevates. You know. So.
Well, that and like because there's a level of vulnerability that you and your friends are like showing by like because you get up there because your friends like we've all seen each other bomb bad, you know, too. Like that's part of it. Like then it's like you have this like there's always like the thing like, you know, if you're really bombing and you hear any laughter, it's the comics laughing in the back, you know, because they're oh shit, they're bombing right now. Like, and it's not me, but they've been there. So like that's why it's like they can laugh at it, you know, just but yeah, because there's that level of just like, you know, when you have a bad set and you walk off and your friend sees you and it's like, I remember at the beginning, like I would make the mistake of saying like good job or good set, like just out of like kind of just wanting to be supportive of a friend.
Right.
Where it's like, look, I know you bombed, but like you're here, you tried something, like keep your head up, good for you. But I learned that's not, just don't do it. Just give them like the head nod or whatever. Because you know, you don't want to be patronizing or anything. But it's that level of like, hey, I'm acknowledging that you exist.
That's right. Watch them strike out in baseball, and then watch them walk through the dugout. If you ever like when you walk through the dugout after you struck out, nobody like it's kind of like an unwritten rule. Like nobody like everybody gives you your space for like to like walk out and like think about it, but they all like stare at the ground as you walk by. It's like
you don't want to make eye contact.
Yeah, you just you don't want to do it.
I love the moment when I get to see someone crush, like have a really good set, and I get to tell them good set legitimately. Like I can agree with what you were saying, Dylan, because it's so nice to be like, yeah, dude, that was awesome. Like you fucking all of it clicked, and like it's really cool. And I've had that with a few people where like I hadn't told them good set yet, and then I'm like, oh, that's awesome, like getting to see that. Like one example was Rosenbaum when he was still new. He murdered in Vancouver, and I was like, this little this is like this very weird dude, very fun. He just like I don't know how, but he tapped into what these people wanted to hear, and he fucking. And I was like, great fucking job, dude. I was like, that was so fucking funny.
Hell yeah!
Yeah, I love moments like that.
I watched him kill in Astoria too. Like, I mean, kill like way more than I would have ever thought that I'd ever see that dude do. I mean, like, no, he really, but just like you're saying, like he tapped into like a little, like a vein, like you know, he's like the wacky neighbor kid on a fucking sitcom, and like he was able to and he was able to like tap into that vein. So yeah, that's well, we are here to eat some food. You guys want to eat some food before this gets too well, this is our first morning edition of we're all drinking coffee here. I have some iced coffee that I poured myself, but I actually got some Taco Bell coffee because we are doing Taco Bell breakfast this morning. The Taco Bell coffee is not good. I'm just gonna go out here.
I was having that thought. I was like, is this good coffee? And then I'm like, it's Taco Bell. It's new to them. It's a new item.
Taco Bell coffee, that just sounds like diarrhea. Like literally what you would call diarrhea. That Taco Bell coffee is the runny shit.
So I'm gonna take I got it simply just to get it, just so we could like review it on the show. And it is the most basic ass cup of coffee. Like it's comparatively to its competitors on the coffee, like I'm sorry, Taco Bell, I'm giving you zeros all the way across on the coffee. But I mean, it's like I'll drink it. Like it's not like fucking like truck stop coffee or something. But it's
dude. I just want to say on the diarrhea front, I just put in my 2 weeks notice at work, and I'm about to eat Taco Bell breakfast and like blow up. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah. Well, I can easily say that this is the earliest I've ever ordered gone to Taco Bell. Like I know, like technically, you know, like like 1 or 2 a.m. is like technically earlier, but that's still like late. Like this,
That's
like
looped back around.
yeah, I have never been at a Taco Bell at 9 a.m. Like this is a first. Like, and that's like, given my long storied history with Taco Bell, this is I didn't think that there were new markers to be set, but for the sake of this podcast, I was just like, damn, this is pushing the envelope for me.
This is the kind of entertainment we bring people. Groundbreaking, Lewis and Clark-ish.
Yeah, it really like, yeah, man. So what do we start?
Well, what do we want? I got the grilled burrito. We should start with the crunch wrap.
Crunch wrap, yeah.
Yeah, let's start with the crunch wrap.
That's a good idea. Okay.
Now, I have to say, I was excited to get this breakfast crunch wrap, but upon opening or taking out, it is smaller than the standard crunch wrap.
It is.
And so, like that, like initially, I was just like, "Oh shit!" But we'll see.
It's an odd choice to add to make it like different crunch wrap materials. You know what I mean?
Looks like a deep fried starfish. I like that.
Yeah. I'm also
mine's a pentagon. Mine's like literally a missile is about to fly into this shit. Like it's like this is crazy.
I'm gonna try it with the breakfast salsa because this is the first time.
Yeah.
I didn't ask for any fire, which was a mistake. But I have so I went to my bug out bag and got my fire bag of sausage because so I figured like if the world comes to an end, this will be currency. Like imagine this, like you're starving for a couple days and you're eating like tree bark soup, and somebody comes up and says, "Hey, I got some fire packets." What's that worth? You know what I mean? Like you would have to be like,
"Oh yeah."
I'm saving this for the end times.
You're gonna be the Mad Max villain of Condiments. Turn off the hot sauce valve.
Do not become addicted to the hot sauce. You will resent it.
All right, let's do this.
I started early. Oh my god. I'm gonna say first couple bites. I am actually really impressed with this crunch wrap. Did you guys go with sausage? Mm-hmm. Okay, I got sausage for both. I don't trust Taco Bell's steak anymore. I've been burned too many times, so I went with sausage on both.
I love that. It's like with Taco Bell steak, you're like Robert De Niro in Heat, like never be more than 30 seconds, and just you gotta be out. Damn. Okay. All right. Talk this. Yeah, I went with sausage as well because I just figured it's just the more times than not, like I feel the bacon is just too inconsistent, like with levels of like how it's cooked or whatever, and in various levels. And sausage it's an easier, just an easier medium in the breakfast world, I think.
Breakfast salsa is kind of interesting. It's kind of like good. It tastes like kind of like pico, kind of. But yeah, you're right. Sausage is like a way more like standard. I went for bacon in the burrito.
That makes sense with a little bit of a crunch to the burrito. I will say this, and I know this is asking a lot of Taco Bell. I kind of wish they would do their own version of like chorizo for this. That would have been really cool. Like make it something like a little extra. I mean, I know they have sausage, but make it a little extra special. That would have been cool.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, it's like you're a multinational conglomerate. You got some spices.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. You can do like chorizo spice at least. Mm-hmm. I do really like it. Yeah, it's good. The hash brown really adds some consistency to it. I really like.
I have to say this is the most vulnerable I've ever been on a podcast. Like, just like we're making eye contact while eating Taco Bell, and so like that is also I think a first for me.
Wow,
You know, because it's just like I always
It's very
feel there's some. It's like like when you this is safe space here. Like when you get Taco Bell late at night and you park in the parking lot to eat it because you're a very happy person.
Yeah.
But it's like I feel like there's an etiquette to it, like because if I get Taco Bell and I go to the parking lot and I see that there's another sad soul eating Taco Bell in the parking lot, it's my duty to park in a way that we will not make eye contact. Like you have to adjust it accordingly, because I know there've been times like where someone's parked like in a way that like we can like look at each other in this weird moment. And I'm like, I'm out. Like this is not. What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, like this is right. This is like Lover's Lane, except
It's rules. You got to follow urinal rules and
exactly.
Stay in your lane.
Well, as a I can. I mean, if you're going to get real vulnerable about it, like I like when I find I eat fast food kind of like I drank alcohol. Like I can be sneaky about it. You know what I mean? Like I don't want other people to know that I've had it. Like if I'm going somewhere and I stop and I get it, like I'll eat it and then I make sure I throw the trash out of my car right away. Like you don't want no big bite boxes sitting around in your car like the ghost of bad decisions past. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's like you don't want people to know this. You know what I mean? Like I just want people to think that like I'm eating good. I'm just kind of a heavy dude. Not that
I had a salad earlier. Just lots of salads.
I've had
late night.
And I will fuck up a salad, but like there are times where my brain just says, "Hey Ryan, why don't you just go fuck up a bunch of Taco Bell?" Or like, "Oh boy, there's a Carl's Jr. That's kind of like real food." You know what I mean? Like like I can like that part of my brain that like still be like, show me like. It's like a similar part of the brain. It's like, like you should probably tell that guy what you think of him. It's like,
yeah.
Like, yeah. So the fucking crunch wrap is I'm about it. Like it was good. Like,
yeah.
It was good.
Yeah. No, as far as Taco Bell items go, like I would like that should be on the menu all day.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, I mean, who knows whatever the logistical nightmare is, like with them having to like, okay, we can only cook eggs until this amount of time. Like,
right.
I have no, a buddy of mine actually was a manager at a Taco Bell, and we were friends before he became manager. It's not like I found a guy that was a manager of a Taco Bell. I'm like, let me cozy up to this guy.
Some sweetheart.
Yes, it's like, oh, you're hosting the open mic of Taco Bell. Let me send you a direct message. I was hoping to go up earlier, But he was just like talking about just like the level of like, also the, I've had negative experiences at Taco Bell's over the years, like drive-through or whatever. But like, I've never said anything to a Taco Bell employee other than just like, okay, thanks for the food. Like, I'm out.
Right.
Like sometimes you'll be in a drive-thru and like you'll see people like yelling at these people or whatever. And it's just like, look, I know that they may very well fuck up my order, but that's part of the game. This is a fucking drive-thru. I paid $4. Like it is what it is. You get burned, man. Like that's just the fucked up order or whatever. It's like it's Omar Little with the shotgun. Like it's
exactly.
It's you open up the bag and boom, there's the barrel right at you. Like fucked up order.
Right.
It is what it is.
It's all in the game, man.
I've never understood like people getting like super upset at like fast food employees. Like I mean, I guess like shit happens, but just in general, I'm always just been like, look, I know I shouldn't be here. Like I know. I shouldn't be doing this. Like, go ahead, just give me my bag. I'm out. Like, it's
an issue of volume. It's like, do you not realize the reason they make mistakes is because they are so incredibly busy, and you are part of that volume. You have contributed to that volume that made it busy. You're the problem, and then you're getting. So it's so ridiculous. Like there are some customers that have some self-awareness, but it's it's few and far between, and it feels like the people working the the minimum wage jobs get way more shit than like, because I get shit at my job, but it's few and far between now. But Red Robin was worse, and when I worked at fast food, people used to scream at me when I worked at Arby's and shit, and it's like, dude, that's fucked up, man. Those people work so hard, and it's so
I can't imagine yelling at someone working at Arby's, man. Like,
Right.
what? Like, you're yelling at someone at Arby's, man. You gotta look in the mirror, because it's just like with any of this shit, it's just like, look. I remember one time, me and my buddy, we were gonna do mushrooms, and we went through a McDonald's drive-through because we were like, okay, let's get cheeseburgers to put the mushrooms on. And this woman in the car in front of us was like screaming at the drive-through people, like she's just screaming, I don't want peppered bacon on my burger. I want regular bacon, like screaming, like we could see the spittle from like feet away, and we're just like it was a good time. We hadn't taken the mushrooms yet, but like when we took the mushrooms, we're like, let's not be like that lady. You know, like it's the opposite. And so like we were, like while we were tripping, we're just like, we're not yelling at people. This is good.
Yeah, that's so funny.
Yeah, just like the volume. And then also at the end of the day, someone like Taco Bell, it's like, yeah, they might fuck it up because like ultimately they're like 8 different ingredients throughout all of the pantheon of items.
Right.
So it's just, but yeah. That was nice. That sounded like something like we were starting a computer in 1998.
Exactly. I got into it recently. I was in what is the name of the town on the coast? I was
Astoria?
No, it was down more south. It's where the skate park is. Lincoln City. I was in Lincoln City, and I went to Starbucks in the morning, and like some guy, I'm not going to name his age group as to not offend anybody, but he was older than me, and he kind of walked in.
They make people older than you?
Yeah, exactly. Hey, I just dress like I'm 16, so it's going to keep me young forever. He just like walks in, and he's got like his phone in his hand, and he has like ordered the stuff from the parking lot as opposed to sitting in the line.
Mm-hmm.
And mind you, this is Lincoln City on a Saturday during the pandemic, and the place is mobbed. Like, it is just mobbed. There is a line around the building. I'm in the lobby, and like, so the way this particular Starbucks is set up is this, like the workers are in the back of the store, and then the restaurant part is in the front of the store. And he basically like walks through half the restaurant and just starts yelling like, where's the to-go orders? Where's my to-go orders? And like these people have like 10,000 things going, and he's just like a raging asshole. I exchanged words with him. Everybody else stared at their phones. So this is what we got to do. Like, and I'm just gonna say this real, like I don't want need to like I'll deal with those situations, how they deal with it, because that's just kind of how I am. Because I don't like abusive people. But like as society, we need to just like not make this a comfortable world for them. Everybody else just like some guy, like some people like in like this like faux chic Antifa outfits, like kind of like fancy, like with like the bandana, like just like all of a sudden start staring at the floor, and it's like we can't allow abusers to abuse people who work in anymore. Like I don't care. Like I know that like these people grew up in a time where like you live in a world where like employees have to like eat a shit sandwich every day because you're paying the rent and stuff like that. It's like, you know what, like there are 10,000 people here today. Your $12 order of like is not going to like matter to this person in the long run. You know what I mean? Like your leverage is gone in this situation, and we have to quit letting these like abusers just like it's just not okay. You know,
I'm dreaming for the day when I see that. I kind of want to just sit in a Red Robin and wait, and then like pounce on someone. This is what happens on a Red Robin. Because I want to, because like you said, like there's no like I don't work there. I can, I can say whatever the fuck I want.
Right.
As long as I don't threaten anyone with violence, I'll be fine.
Yeah.
But I really want to get into the ethics of it and be like, what is your fucking problem? Like that. I dream about that scenario, and then turning around and just giving the server like $20 and being like, hey, I am so sorry. People fucking suck. Please have a good, best way you can. It's like,
Yeah,
I worked here for
like
3.
yeah, you can become like a customer service vigilante, for like the
just waiting in the shadows behind the giant boat front. Da, 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 da.
Yeah, it's like who watches the waiters? I do. And so like that'd be great. Like, and then when you see someone acting shitty to like whoever's working, like the one you run interference and like you go in there and it's like you rip off. You do like the Superman. You're like, I am the manager.
Yeah.
That's the name. The manager is the name of your service industry vigilante.
Yeah, I like it. I am the manager. That's like knocking out Karens left and right. Because we can be really honest. Like flexing on somebody when you have their livelihood, like what they feed their kids with.
It's fucking cruel.
It's cruel. It's fucking cowardly. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like the shit people that would say to me in the grocery store that they would say to me on the street are in 2 entirely different scenarios. You know what I mean? I don't often give off the most friendly vibe, like when people like look at me. So I don't think most of these people would be like this shitty if they didn't have my fucking like children's fucking health insurance dangling in front of me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
And on that note, let's try this.
Yeah.
But I do think collectively, like people have to get out of their comfort zone, and people are going to have to start saying something. You know what I mean? Like if you see people being rude to workers, say that shit.
Yeah.
Like your abuse is no longer welcome. Like
that's one of the reasons I want to get out of the service industry is I'm so sick of managers, and it's just part of the culture at every restaurant. Managers bending over. I hate that. Like managers get down real low. So I heard you had a bad experience. You want to complain to me about it too? And then I have a card that makes all that go away because you're an asshole. We want to make you happy for some reason. I don't never understand that. All right, burrito. Oh man.
So I gotta say, potatoes have been a strong point for Taco Bell for a long time. Like they're fried, like when they took the cheesy Fiesta potatoes off menu,
I was very sad.
I was just like, what the fuck are y'all doing? Like that's a go-to. Like that's like
that taco was so good. It was only $1 too.
It's back.
Yeah.
The tater tot taco.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Well, I mean, like my daughter.
Tot taco. that marketing just writes itself, man. It's the tater tot taco.
My daughter, is a vegetarian and would fuck those up. You know what I mean? So and so when they went away, it was like
you don't have a lot of options left.
No.
I feel bad. I feel like Taco Bell in the pandemic, Taco Bell workers got hit twice as hard as some hospital workers, dude. Like, I feel like they should be included among the heroes. Like, dude,
absolutely.
They had to shift. They had to completely. They're like, okay, we can't keep up with the amount of people ordering Taco Bell. We have to simplify our menu, and we're gonna piss people off. But it's just because we gotta keep up with the volume.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying about earlier about the hours, because the hours aren't even correct on online anymore. Like I was sitting for 5 minutes at the closest Taco Bell to me before I realized that they didn't open at 7 a.m. like it said online. And I was just like, it's kind of funny, but I don't know. I was sad about the Mexican pizza going away too. That was one of my favorites.
Oh yeah. And so as much of a bummer as it was when they took the the cheesy Fiesta potatoes off the menu. Like I was like, damn, that sucks. I didn't say a fucking word to anybody that worked there.
No,
Because
exactly. They don't have any power,
yeah, like my experience as a grocery store worker, when people being like, why isn't this in, or why did you get rid of it? Be like, dude, I don't fucking know. Like they didn't ask my opinion on it. Like I opened the box, I put it on the shelf. Like so I would like, as heartbroken as I was over those potatoes, I wasn't gonna be like, oh, why you not serve me my potatoes anymore? They're good.
We're supposed to give people that fake empathy, like, oh, I'm really sorry. I'll say something to somebody about it.
Right.
Yeah. I'll pass it along to Mr. Bell.
Yeah, exactly, Mr. Bell. No, I hate that. I hate that shit. That used to drive me crazy. Like people would tip me less sometimes because we didn't have an item that they wanted initially. It's like, then go somewhere else. Don't waste my time if you're going to be a jerk about something that's out of my control. I hate that shit.
Mm.
Well, and you know what? Even if they were in control of it, like even if we like lived in a world where like they really matter, like it's still not worth getting mad about. And sometimes businesses have to make choices that are that, you know what I mean, are like unpopular. And I mean, like my favorite is like when you change something and then people start telling you how bad it is for the business. You know, that's always my favorite. The people will be like, oh well, you're carrying apples from New Zealand. I can't see a really good future for this grocery store. And you're like what? Like we didn't think of this. You know what I mean? Like we didn't.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, do you realize the amount of infrastructure needed to have a regular supply of fucking apples from Middle Earth to here?
Yeah.
Like the levels of things that had to been set up, the channels to get fucking apples from the Shire to Northwest Portland on a regular basis. Do you think you not buying some is gonna you're gonna do anything to the cog of fucking produce from Sauron? Like, yeah, people just need to get fucked. I swear to God, like it's just like people complain about the price of bananas. It's like, look at us. We're white people in North America. Like we should never have even heard of bananas. Like bananas should be a myth to us. Like it should be like, oh, I heard my uncle told me about this strange exotic fruit that's bright and yellow and it's soft, but they say you can smush it, but I've heard about it. It's maybe someday when I travel to the lower half of the world. But we're so used to like having bananas in at all times. Fucking like just it's insane.
It's the banana war too. And I mean, like I'm gonna go off on a tangent here of bananas because I am a produce guy and it's kind of bananas were 99 cents a pound.
Tell him, Ryan. Tell him.
Bananas were 99 cents. Anybody here? Everybody gather around.
Yeah.
I started selling produce in 1999. I was a chef before that, but I started selling produce. Organic bananas were 99 cents a pound. In 1999, organic bananas are still 99 cents a pound. I have been to Colima, Mexico, where the biggest organic farms are, and I have been to these people's homes, and I have pictures if anybody wants to see it. Look at how hard it is, and beyond being some of the most fabulous human beings in the world, who deserve treatment and life and food. Your banana should cost you like $4.99, but we have as a grocery industry have decided that we are going to battle out banana prices because they are the most popular grocery item purchased. 1 out of every 4 people buy bananas.
Really?
So everybody keeps the two things that people make no money on are banana. Nobody makes any money in the banana world. It is just a circular sort of like money, like you're robbing Peter to pay Paul, and the same goes for corn. Everybody is charging the least amount because in our brains, corn should be like 10 ears for $1. And like everybody you have watched everything else raise in price.
Yeah.
I mean, an apple. I mean, like $3.99. I mean, like 99 cent, 79 cent, 59 cent apples were like 10 years ago, and now they're all like $2.99, $3.99, and we are on bananas. We are starving human beings. We are literally starving human beings, forcing kids into child labor because we refuse to pay more money for bananas.
That's fucked because you pay $1 for like a banana at 7-Eleven. I mean, I think bananas should probably go for like maybe at least 50 cents a piece. I mean, that would probably weigh out to about $5 a pound, right?
Yeah, 7-Eleven's business model is so different, but
I know, but you know what I mean. Like, I mean, I obviously know that, but I mean, like, if you can get people the demand for bananas, the banana demand, if you will.
I just I would just like to see it, and like I'm honestly thinking that like if you bump bananas up, so let's say like $2.99 a pound, with like an insurance that the money like actually like bled through the system more, as opposed to just like landing like at the vendor or whatever, like you would fundamentally alter huge regions. I don't think you'd sell that much less. I'm gonna be really good. I'm gonna like maybe like a slight amount less.
Yeah, man. If people want the bananas, man, they're gonna do it. They're gonna bitch for a while, but
yeah, eventually
the day.
Right, but but the produce industry has decided that bananas is the price point, and unfortunately that decision, like so much in capitalism, not to sound like a broken record with that.
Here to loop our current thing back into the Taco Bell, like one thing I realized, like I've been both the sausage crunch wrap and the burrito that we've had so far have been. I've thought they were really good.
Yeah,
but it's like how many, like the amount of potatoes Taco Bell has to buy to supply, like their thing. Like it's got to be an insane amount of produce, like purchased like through them. Like so, who, like if you like if you hit the joint, you think about fast food, man. Like the amount of natural resources needed to get the thing to you, but like that's a lot of fucking potatoes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Whenever like McDonald's like decides to like put like a cucumber on a salad or something like that, or like something, or like they for a while were doing edamame, they have to give it like they have to basically like give it a year and like purchase things because it's basically like it's like a commodity readjustment. Like all of a sudden, because like I mean it's like with like ammunition right now, all of a sudden like everybody buys it, and like so all these companies have just been making enough so they don't have like, you know what I mean, like there's no company in the world like ready to like just like triple its production overnight, and agriculture is like 10 times more that, and so like like potatoes, like you can fuck around and like fuck up the potato. Fortunately they're super easy to grow and cheap, but you can fuck around and like put potatoes into something that gets real popular and like destroy the whole line. I mean it's just really it's a really delicate system, and sorry, we've gotten very serious on this episode. This is a very special episode of
we're holding a mirror up to fast food and asking, is it worth it? And based on these previous two items, I'd say, do what you gotta do.
I dug both of them. I think they were, it would clearly they've narrowed down their when they first came out with breakfast. I went and had it, and they had like a biscuit, and they had like breakfast quesadillas and all this stuff, and they sort of narrowed, clearly narrowed it down. So maybe it wasn't as successful. They came out and tried to say that they were going to be as good as McDonald's breakfast and shit like that. And like
I think their simplicity is their strength here.
Right.
Absolutely.
I think having just burritos with a few different options though, like they all have hash brown in them. They've got 3 different meat options or 2 different, whatever it is. And then they've got those little, I didn't get the meal. Did you guys get the little Cinnabon dipper thing?
Yeah, I got some. Yeah, I haven't.
I was like, I don't want to overdo it because I feel like this just with these 2 alone, I'm going to be farting up work. But
like I saw they had like they've got like a breakfast Mountain Dew, and like after watching like your guys' posse episode, like the I was like, oh shit, that's a part of like this experience, getting the special Mountain Dew. But it was just, again, back to the fact that it was like 9 a.m. going through the drive-through. Like I was just like, I can't do the Mountain Dew at 9:30. Like, like, look, I'm a flawed person. I am broken in many ways. Far from perfect, but it was just I found my line. Was just
I feel like the breakfast Mountain Dew is exclusively for construction workers and people that are like working in the morning. Like they've already worked 4 hours and then they're like, let's go Taco Bell break. A little boost me up.
Yeah.
So I just had one of the Cinnabon things. I don't need a lot. I don't need a lot of things this sweet. It's not bad, but it's like basically like almost like a donut or beignet sort of thing with cinnamon tossed on it with like icing center, like Cinnabon icing center. And I don't know about you, but like Cinnabon icing is like a little much for me. And so that was I think I'm good on those. They are what they are. If you are somebody who enjoys sweet things, like sickeningly sweet, like if you want to feel like you're going to be ill, please help yourself to the Cinnabon things.
Oh man, Kyle's getting ready for the hit. He's buttoning the dress shirt. Like the target is entering the building.
Oh man,
he is ready, man. He about to John Wick some people.
I do have a book in my car, so I think I'm equipped.
Yeah, like the manager has spoken. Yeah.
I wanted for Halloween before COVID happened. I was gonna go as John Thick, as just fat John Wick.
Nice. Hell yeah.
That would have been fun.
All right, so we do a little ranking system here going. It's a 1 to 5, because as Noriko says, none of us deserves more than a 5. We did do 7-Eleven dinner with Noriko, which was
nice,
which was classic. That was an interesting episode. 7-Eleven dinner. 7-Eleven dinner makes this looks like the best meal I've ever had compared to 7-Eleven dinner.
Very true. Petrified chicken wings.
So on a scale of 1 to 5, based on we judge based on fast food, because we understand that going into this fast food, we don't judge based on like other foods. You know what I mean? What would you say the presentation is at?
I mean, the presentation. I mean, it's on par with any other thing I've gotten Taco Bell. I will say with the one thing about Taco Bell, especially in relating to the title of this program, Comedians in Cars Spilling Condiments. Taco Bell spills the most condiments of car eating, and it's not even close.
Yep.
Like it's really like the tomato and lettuce of Taco Bell is under more side seats or whatever than any other. Just the nature of I don't know why at this point I still think I can totally eat a taco without spilling something.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
I'm like, why does my car stink when there's tomatoes in my shifter? It's
exactly. Yeah. So I mean, it's presentation. I'll give it a Taco Bell 5.
Nice.
I mean, just the shiny wrapper. It is
Yes,
it's totally fine.
Totally.
Mm-hmm.
Kyle?
Yeah, I would give it a 5 as well for sure. It's definitely a good presentation. I liked everything was neat, and it made me happy. Nothing was sloppy. Like sometimes you'll get some sloppy Taco Bell, if they're busy or whatever. It's just kind of all part of it. This was very neatly pressed and.
And all the ingredients congeal together, because especially with these items, it's eggs, hash brown, sausage, some tomato, and some of it, but very not ample it was a neat Taco Bell experience.
Sure. Totally.
Like tidy.
So what are you going at, Kyle?
What's that? Oh, I'm going at a 5. I'm going at a 5.
I'm gonna Sloppy Taco Bell is the name of my favorite porn movie.
Yes.
Little peek behind the curtains. I'm gonna go a 4 simply because like opening up the Crunch Wrap was like a little less impressive than
Okay.
because it was just like a little bit like you know I fuck up a few Crunch Wraps here and there like normal evening Crunch Wraps. Also another one of my favorite points, but but like so like when you opened it up, it was like a little like it was fine. It was plenty of Crunch Wrap. Like I really didn't need any more Crunch Wrap. Like it's actually like a reasonable size for the thing. It's just like a strictly presentation. There was a little like, oh, this is smaller, and so like not that would have changed my opinion on the flavor or anything like that. It was just like my initial reaction was like, oh, this isn't like Crunch Wrap proper.
Yeah. This breakfast Crunch Wrap is a grower, not a shower. Okay, like because initially like open it up, I'm like, oh, it's smaller than I had hoped. But then the flavor and everything about it more than compensate. I'm like, oh, this has a great personality. It likes the same music I like.
Right.
I'm cool.
It's a huge Tool fan, is what you're saying. It's like
yeah, man. The pentagram, man. Dude, don't even get me started, man.
At first, you thought it was just going to be like just some like regular metal fan, but then like as you ate it, you were like, you started talking about like Perfect Circle and shit.
Yeah, yeah. No, man. Taco Bell needs to open up their 7-sided Crunch Wrap, 7 points. That's. But yeah,
This club really likes the crow.
Yeah.
All right. On to taste.
Man, again, going by just like fast food standards, like this is, as enjoyable of a fast food experience I've ever had. Like in regards to Taco Bell, like I'm pleasantly surprised.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll give this a 5 because it was good.
Yeah,
Like,
it was good.
And the breakfast salsa is enjoyable. Like it's like it's sweeter, so it's almost like kind of like it's kind of like essentially a ketchup with just a little bit of spice. But yeah, I'm part of me was like, damn, I'm waking up early on my day off to eat Taco Bell. Like, is this gonna suck? Like, I know it's not gonna suck because I get to talk with you guys, but all in all, like, yeah, I'll give it a 5. Like this was like I would yeah, it's legit.
Kyle.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 5 as well, man. I was pleasantly surprised with this, and I agree. You really do need the breakfast salsa. I will mention that it is the perfect topper for this. I try to bite of both without and with, and I would definitely say the breakfast salsa is the good way to go. This is phenomenal breakfast burrito. I mean, this if you did like a double blind taste test with me or whatever, and you picked up like a Don Pedro's or something maybe a little more local, it would take me a second to realize that was Taco Bell. Even I would say with the burrito,
yeah,
I'd recognize the pentagram, but with the burrito, I would say it's on par with some really good breakfast burritos I've had from like local places.
I'm gonna go 5 as well because I like literally have like no complaints. Like I just can't I can't like with the exception that I thought it was like a little small and then like I was wrong. I mean like it was I don't know, like I have no complaints about it. I don't think I would opt for it over like a sausage McMuffin with egg. Like if somebody said to me, do you want to go to Taco Bell breakfast or McDonald's breakfast? Like I think I would still opt for, just because I'm a big fan of McDonald's breakfast in general. It's like one of my favorite.
I have to disagree with you. Like now this might be recency bias, but like this is new. But also I'm never up early enough for the breakfast items at fast food. Like I feel like I'm like Adam Sandler and Big Daddy. Like, it's like, oh shit, I'm up early enough for this. Like, okay, like so that's also why I'm kind of sad with doing this because like this is like good, but I just know I'm probably never gonna have it again just because when I'm not by a Taco Bell at before 11 or whatever they stop. So.
All right.
Yeah, this I broke my rule in my. I have a joke that you should never be at an open mic that isn't at night, and you should never eat Taco Bell. It was under the shroud of darkness is the only time you tell or eat Taco Bell. So broke this rule.
Absolutely.
Although it does look pretty dark where you are.
No, we're not wrong.
Okay, mouthfeel.
Mouthfeel, dude. I'm coming off as like a total fucking Taco Bell cuck in this, but it is what it like. I'm giving a mouthfeel 5. Like the especially like with the crunch wrap, like because the hash brown, like just the way like the hash browns and the egg and the sausages like blend together with the cheese, like they didn't go overboard with the amount of cheese. It was just enough. Like I'm 5. Like it felt good, and especially like with the salsa, you add like the acidity in there.
Yep,
spices things up. Like they did it, man.
I'm at 5 too. Like this is nuts.
Yeah.
What do you think, Kyle?
Oh, 5. And especially so. A lot of the times when we get food here, it's going to be a little bit cold, obviously, because we all have to coordinate picking it up at the same time and all that.
Mm-hmm.
This was like room temperature because the heat from both of them stacked on top of it. I don't know if you guys like huddling together, like it's like, without there's like without a paddling, and it was fucking great. Like it was the perfect temperature. Everything, like you were saying, everything like the consistency of everything just was fantastic. So I'm a Taco Bell cuck today too, man. You pick your corner.
Yeah.
I'll pick my corner. We won't make eye contact because we're eating Taco Bell.
Yeah.
I'll peek through the windows just because
you're a Taco Bell boy.
Just to be a creep.
Hell yeah.
A risk factor. We flip this around. 0 being like you feel like you're ill, or 0 being like you feel great, like you're ready to go out and take on the day. 5 being like you feel like you're going to throw up or have an upset stomach.
Okay, well, so with the risk, I feel like inherently, since it's Taco Bell, there is risk.
Yeah,
there inevitably, like as enjoyable of an experience this was, I would still have to give the risk. I'll say a 2, like just a 2.5, like right in the middle.
Yeah,
just because I imagine it's like skydiving. Like, yeah, most of the time it's going to be fine, but like the parachute might not open.
Right.
But I have to say also with this breakfast, like considering that it's like if you're buying Taco Bell at 9 a.m, you know what's up. Like, so It's probably not going to be dangerous to you.
Right.
Like if you're buying Taco Bell in the morning, like you're a soldier. You've been in the trenches before, so it's probably a low risk, but I'm gonna go 2.5 right in the middle, just on all the possibilities and variables in fast food.
Kyle,
but low.
Do you want to give your last 2 before you clock off, or and then?
I can do that because I got to head in. So risk factor for me is gonna be I would say it's about a 1. I think my stomach, because people always make the diarrhea jokes about Taco Bell, and I've never really had an issue, like maybe once or twice, but I probably overdid it. But I feel like this is going to be it's going to be an interesting shift at work. I'll tell you that much. But
I just hope there was someone in that parking garage that heard that sentence just out of context, like Kyle walking with the. I've never really had the diarrhea experience there, but it is what it is. Like, so I was like, this is a strange day.
I didn't buy
the diarrhea wristband. I mean,
yeah.
I just
it's
hope
a brown wristband.
I just hope it's your first table. I wondered if that was going to happen. And then And then I'm gonna give
It
it.
was not.
I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna give it a 1 as well, or a 1, 2. I'm gonna give it a 2 just because it's like I feel like I ate fast food. So, and we're gonna have the end
Yeah.
you, Kyle, really quick. Grubbin factor. We described Grubbin factor.
Grubbin?
As like,
Oh man, I had to stop myself from eating all of both of them before work just because I know that would be a bad idea, but I really wanted to. So I would say Grubbin factor is about a 4.5 with this because this is like a cheesy nacho situation, but more breakfasty, obviously.
Sure.
But
All right, man. Well, have a good day at work, and Dylan and I will.
Yeah, man.
yeah, well,
man.
I got another week and a half here, and then my schedule's gonna be free. I'm gonna start doing Instacart, so I can schedule. Like, we can do this whenever, and no more time constraints.
That's awesome, man. All right, man.
Right on, man.
Yeah.
Great to see you, Dylan. Good
Yeah,
stuff, man. I
great
really
to see you,
appreciate
dude.
guys. Yeah. Have a good one, guys.
Later, man.
I'm in. Later.
So we describe grubbin as like the idea is that we like nachos are grubbin. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like just like something you want to keep eating, and like it's the ultimate, to me, the ultimate test of a fast food item. You know?
Yeah. Hey, in that regard, like straight grubbin, I'm giving it a 5. Like, because that was just like when it comes, like, because it's all like I said, it's neat, like it's all folded in there, it's compact, and just that was just tasty. Like that was like, yeah, like hash browns and anything are just the shit
For sure.
and so they got it. Like, I'm gonna give it a 5, like, because it was just like as easy as it was scrumptious, and yeah, they did it.
I got to give it a 5 too. There's just something about like the hash brown is a great point. Like as you eat it, it's just like I also like how it's just like so portable like that. Like you could just like I don't know, like it's just delicious. Like it's like kind of gooey but crunchy on the inside. Like every bite you take is like pretty good. Breakfast salsa. I added a fire packet to like the last thing I was eating just to test it, and that was also really good. Like I kind of suggest getting maybe both. But people forget that there was a time that there was no fire sauce. Like not that long ago, fire sauce has only been around. Like these this Gen Z don't know a day before before the fire sauce when we used to just have hot. Yeah, so fun. So this is like one of we did this last week. I'd have to compare it to the last week. We had Tori on, and we did the hot burger from Dairy Queen, and it got a similar sort of like thing to this too. Like it's just really good, and like I can like see like myself like fucking around and like just having this for breakfast. Like it's not even like that, like it's not even like junk. It's just like I mean, I like sometimes when I make like a quick breakfast burrito at home, it's not that different than this. You know what I mean? So
yeah, this is a thing like where it's like it's a positive side to just when you think about like just how broken down like scientifically like fast food has their shit, like to know like just with all, and all the bad things associated with that, but this is like clearly like this is like scientific, like formulated down to just the most streamlined mass-produced breakfast burrito, and yeah, it was fucking good. Like that like I was that's like if it wasn't for the time constraints, like that'd be the new go-to. They
don't fuck around over at Taco Bell headquarters. They throw it down hard. Well, this has been a lot of fun, man. It's always great to see you. Got anything coming up? Anything exciting?
Yeah, I'm gonna be hosting for Tom Papa at Helium in June.
Nice.
And so that's the big thing on my books right now. So if you enjoyed this podcast, come out to one of those shows. Hopefully I won't if I can be half as good as this Taco Bell breakfast, I'll consider it a success.
That's a good. That's going to be fun. What's going on with Helium? Is the open
mic's back? The mic's back.
Oh, cool.
And there's the contest, and so all that fun stuff.
Yeah.
But really just starting back into getting to do stand-ups. Like that's where I'm at.
Yeah. It's it's funny. I feel like I've hit the ground kind of running with stand up. I feel like I've kind of turned over a new leaf with it. Like it's a weird like I don't know if it was just doing podcasting during the pandemic or just coming into it with a different frame of mind or
Mhm.
like a different confidence. But I've really enjoyed doing stand up and I went out to that last night and I saw some people that I hadn't seen in a while, like G Wade and Julia Corral and Jane Maloney, people I see online, and I even had
Mhm.
but we I just haven't it's just you forget how awesome a lot of people in this community are, and how it's great to see people who put the work in and create art and try to grow themselves and work at a task and everything like that, and just how much respect I have for that in general.
Hell yeah.
And getting up there and putting yourself out there and and I really do to all our watchers, I really do owe where I'm at right now with this and writing for Hard Times and working on a pilot and even I even got believe it or not, I got 2 hip hop projects coming up, but
Hell yeah.
I got all this shit coming up, and I really do owe it to the push of Dylan, just being able to be on tap and being such a good dude, and I'm forever indebted to that. And you're also
Thanks,
and
man.
yeah, no, it's and that's for real, and it's
I appreciate that.
the world needs more Dylan Jenkins, maybe less me's, but it's been a dope fucking ride, and
Hell yeah. No,
comedy
that's
rules.
great, man. It
Comedy.
does.
It's I don't think I could ever stop now. You know what I mean? I don't care if I'm like a fucking 80-year-old guy at an open mic telling 20-year-old jokes. It's how do you stop writing jokes? I don't know how you stop writing jokes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
Awesome, man.
Yep. So cool. You're opening for Tom Papa, and Helium is back open. That's good news. Actually, I'll probably sign up. I'll sign up for that tonight. Are you hosting any of the open mics, or are you?
I'll host the open mic the week of the Papa shows. That's
cool.
So whatever June, the 3rd week of June.
Cool. Cool. And then if you wanted to, what I got going on is I got some really great people coming up on my podcast, another goddamn horror podcast, which I do with comedian Jonas Barnes and our friend Graham Fay from Brooklyn. We have, so if you're into horror movies, the world, tune in. We have some great interviews coming up with people from all over the horror industry, including a very, very cool horror director that we have coming up, and I'm not going to give it away yet, but I'm over the moon by how that's going. And if you are in New York City, September 5th, there is going to be another goddamn horror fest, which will feature, we have a pretty big name band interested. We have a bunch of big name comics interested, and it's going to be a charity for yet to be named food insecurity, homeless, houseless charity. Yeah, we got that going on. So go to New York, support Horror Fest. So yeah, that's what I got going on. So thanks, Dylan.
Dude, thanks for having me.
Yeah,
I had a great time.
This has been dope. Anyways, thanks for tuning in to another episode of Supersize We, Comedians of Cars, Spilling Condiments. Tune back next week where we have another amazingly awesome comedian. And remember, always support fast food workers. Fight for them to get the wages and rights they deserve. Make sure that they are treated, and any time anybody's saying anything bad to them, anything bad about them, disparaging the work that they do, remind them that they are wrong by any means necessary. Take care. Thank you.